Hey, I'm Jason,
And I'm Emma.
and we're going to be tasting some beer.
And we're married.
And we're married. And so we decided to put together this little video series, and it's particularly about good beer, good,
Or maybe bad beer if I think it's bad. But usually good, probably.
generally good beer, and that's it right there. Is let's say I love beer. I love craft beers, good beers, all sorts of beers, but Emma doesn't always appreciate the same beers that I do, and so it's kind of
I like cider a lot.
yeah. We're gonna try and find where we agree and where we disagree, and maybe these little episodes where we review a certain beer will help you if you're trying to find a beer that your girlfriend or wife or anyone really who isn't necessarily into craft beer, something that they can enjoy and you can enjoy. So kind of finding that balance and seeing what works for everyone. So today, we're gonna try Samuel Smith's Winter Welcome Ale. You know, it's Christmas. We got the Christmas tree. We got the wood stove. It's kind of festive.
Well, right now I think it looks pretty. See, I usually choose a beer based on if it looks pretty, which usually gets me in trouble because I'm like, oh, it's such a pretty landscape on the cover, and then it ends up being an IPA, which I hate, and I do because I don't read it. So this picture is pretty. It's not, I guess what does it look like? It's purple. It has a lot of little ribbons with words in it, which is pretty. Because there are some beers that I would not try based on their label, even if the description is nice. Like, what is that one beer that I don't like?
Flying Dog.
Yes, because it's so ugly. The label is so ugly. It looks like Ren and Stimpy. I didn't like Ren and Stimpy as a kid because they're so ugly, so I couldn't. It's like that. So this is not ugly.
Well, she likes the labels. My first impression is nicely carbonated.
It has a lot
So
of head.
that's exciting. Yes, a lot of head. So let's get to it. Put that right there.
Should we read the description?
Yeah, let's take a first sip,
Okay.
and then we'll see how it.
You're so fancy. Cheers. I just got a bunch of foam, so I can't tell what it tastes like.
You gotta bite through the foam.
Can I like breathe through the foam? Can I blow on it?
No, you just gotta kind of dig deep and go
What?
for it.
So I have to get it all over my nose?
No, you don't have to get it all over your nose.
That's what it seems like. Okay, hold on.
What do you think?
Well, it's not too bitter, because that's the first thing I think of is it too bitter? Because things are bitter to me when probably they're really not bitter at all. But it's not too bitter.
No, I don't
It
really
doesn't have
know.
much flavor in it, actually, to me.
It's
Does it to you?
It's light. I don't taste a lot of your typical winter ale
Spices and stuff.
Spices, yeah. There's not a lot of
Yeah.
spice character there. There's a little bit of malt character.
I might
But,
know what malt is.
It's pretty. That
I
kind
might
of
be
that
tasting it.
Sweetness, the grain.
Okay.
But
It's
I
not
think
bad.
no, I wouldn't say it's bad either. I
Yeah.
think it's
I could drink it. It's a little bit tame, though, considering that it is a winter welcome ale.
yeah, I agree.
It's more tame than the label would imply,
Yeah, it is
which
a
is
very
something I would
festive
be confused about.
festive label. I don't know if you can see that. Let's see. Let's read a little bit about it. It says the Winter Welcome Ale, seasonal beer, limited edition, brewed for the short days and long nights of winter. Full body resulting from fermentation in stone Yorkshire squares. I don't know what that means.
I don't either.
And luxurious malt character, which
Okay,
will
well,
appeal
you
to
said
a
you tasted
broad
that.
range of drinkers. Okay, I mean, so that seems what it is that it's kind of a simple winter beer. I don't get a lot of winter character from it, but it's definitely nice, 6% alcohol.
Oh, it says it should be contemplated before an open fire, which we currently have going.
Yes, we do.
Although the fire's not open. He won't let me open the wood stove door because he says it cools it down. But I want to look at the fire. Anyway. So it's not an open fire. So maybe that means we should open the thing.
Nah. Humbug. Well, I would say that this is nice, and I think particularly if you're gonna be sharing a beer with someone and they don't like necessarily craft beer, you're probably best to steer away from intense double IPAs and anything really too out there and crazy. And I think simpler is better.
Yeah, I don't see how anybody wouldn't be able to drink this beer. They might not like love it, Like, I don't love it, but I can drink it, and I feel like anybody, really, who can handle any beer can handle this.
Yeah, I think, yeah.
It has enough character, but it's not like a Budweiser kind of thing. It's not that light and watery, but it's still good, but it's not that complicated.
So this is wife approved. It's very good. It's important to have wife approved things whenever possible.
It's approved enough, anyway.
Co-host approved.
Am I actually your co-host?
I think, yes.
We were debating this earlier, and he was saying, I'm the host, and you can be my always reoccurring special guest. I was like, what is that?
No, she's the co-host.
Am I actually? Have you decided that?
Yeah, that makes sense.
Oh,
The co-host.
okay. Yeah, it makes sense because I argued about
Host
it.
and
I don't think you
co-host.
would have thought it made sense otherwise. So when we first had this idea about doing this, Jason thought, should we get 2 of each of the beers that we are wanting to try, or should we get 1? And I thought if we're getting 2 of this, like, if we pick one I don't like, I couldn't drink, the whole thing of my own.
I'd have to drink both.
Which maybe is why he
horrible.
originally thought he wanted to do 2 instead of 1. But I don't know. It seems better to do just 1, at least of the sharing size bottle. Because what is this? A beer and a half, technically?
Yeah, well, I don't know. What do we got here? This is a bigger bottle. It's not your standard.
It says
12 ounce.
550 milliliters. But what is that? equate to?
550 mils. So yeah, definitely.
What does
Yeah,
that
it's like
equate to?
1 and a little bit.
Oh, you don't actually know that. Oh, I see.
Don't
okay.
put me on the spot. More beer.
Okay.
We're drinking in our Samuel Smith glasses. Actually.
Yes.
Thought that would be.
Which were given to us.
That would make sense.
It makes a lot of sense.
But Samuel Smith, that's a good brewery.
They have a really good cider, and they really have a really good. What's that chocolate one?
It's
It's
they have a. I think it's a chocolate stout or
one's
a
good.
double dessert chocolate stout. That's really good. I feel like you can't go wrong with chocolatey beers if you're maybe drinking with people who are new to craft beer. Everyone loves chocolate.
Let me read you this fact. Okay, I think this is real. There's a picture of, it seems to be Clydesdale, but I don't know what they're really called. They look like Clydesdale horses on the back. You know, the big draft horses with the fuzzy feet? And the caption says, Samuel Smith's Shire, I guess that's what they're called, horses, take in the snow. The horses are used to take out deliveries 5 days a week. So it's horses running in the snow. Apparently, horses actually deliver their beer 5 days a week.
That's amazing.
That's like out of a commercial.
Yeah.
Isn't that like
Maybe
an
when we
actual
get a
commercial?
donkey, he can deliver us beer.
Oh, that'd be great.
Bolt could maybe deliver
Bolt's
us
our
beer.
dog.
The assistant producer.
Of kindling. He likes to chew up wood. So he's in the back just chewing up wood for the fire. Cool,
We
okay.
got the 25 or 21 camera chicks in the basement.
Camera chicks. If you hear peeping in the background, it's because we have 21 little baby chickens that are a week old in the next room learning how to be chickens.
So they'll be down here. But
Next week you'll hear them go, wow! And it'll be a very different sound.
I like it. Even as it warms up, I get more of the hops. So I don't know. Are you noticing maybe a little bit?
Well, you
bitter of
added a good bit of the new pour to my warmish beer, so now it's cold again, so I can't
Okay.
tell.
Okay.
Maybe I am.
That's something. As the beers
Yeah.
warm up, you get different flavors.
And depending on the glass you're drinking out of too, right?
Yep. Yeah. There's a whole. It's kind of like wine. I think there's more variation in beer glasses than in wine glasses. These are neat little
Really?
little glasses. Oh yeah, definitely.
Well, I
Look
guess
at-
we have that set
we have
upstairs
the
as well. a
tulip
lot.
glasses and all the long pilsner glasses. There.
So what is this glass?
I don't know, but it's kind of neat.
It
I
is
think
neat.
it's a
kinda
tasting glass,
small.
maybe.
Well, it's kind of small, so I would think so.
Yeah.
Well, let's talk a little bit more about why you decided to do this.
Whatever it is that we're doing. We don't
Yeah.
have a name yet.
No, we don't. We were looking at a
Got
couple.
a couple different
couldn't think of good
ideas.
ideas.
If you have anything, leave it in the comments section. The name that we can call our little mini
Yeah.
series here.
Because you looked up one thing and it took them to a really weird website,
Yeah. Yeah. we
like
won't
one
go in
option,
there.
and then we looked up a couple more, and other people had similar names, so we didn't want
But what
That's the thing.
we're trying to do here is give a male and female perspective on different beers, and so just kind of. All right, so we got cut off there. Sorry about that. But what I was trying to say was we're trying to give a male and female perspective on different beers. So when you're going to be drinking with people who maybe aren't craft beer enthusiasts or beer snobs or beer geeks or whatever the word is, wherever we are,
Whatever. I'm not any of those
I'm
things.
not. Don't worry, I would never.
Oh, okay. Maybe you are. I'm not. I'm just
Never.
happen to be drinking a
Never.
beer with you.
But whenever you're drinking with people, that you can find some common ground and find some appealing things.
Yeah.
Or maybe from another perspective, if you're married or dating someone, or just really good friends with someone who's super into beer and you're not, you just don't. You never have gotten it. You don't understand it. It's just something you haven't gotten into. Maybe this can be a resource for you. Maybe we can find some nice things that you can enjoy, and who knows, you can surprise, your friend or your significant other with a very interesting beer.
Or your family.
Or your family, yeah.
Yeah. A lot of his family never really liked beer or knew about all the different kinds of beer that you could have, really, until he started bringing lots of beer to beer tastings, like for Thanksgiving or birthdays. And so, but now his family really likes when he brings the beer, and they're excited, and they like tasting the different kinds.
Yeah, it can be a lot of fun for different people. People you didn't even think that would really enjoy it, and they can really get into it. So, some last thoughts on Samuel Smith's Winter Welcome Ale?
Well, the cover is pretty.
The cover is pretty.
Or the label, I guess that's what it's called. But, it's fine. It's drinkable, definitely. It's not something I would maybe go back for seconds of.
Yeah.
Not because it's bad, it's just not very super unique, I guess.
No, it's not.
Nor is it special enough or delicious enough.
Yeah, I would say...
But it's still good.
No, I agree completely. It's kind of on the simpler side. I don't get a lot of the winter feel. I mean, we got the tree all set up just for this beer. But it's good. It's fine. It's simple. I could definitely have it with food. It's not going to overpower
that's true.
anything.
I could have it with food, even though I don't like beer with food. It's just
It's not one you're going to really have a conversation about. If you're at a Christmas party, this beer is it's not going to be something to break the ice with. It's just good. It's great. It's a good beer. But it's not.
Yeah, I would say that.
It's not nothing too special.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thanks for joining us. Hopefully, we'll see you next week.
Yeah. Cheers.
Cheers. All right.